I am back. It's been a month and a half since I've last done a video, and finally I am well enough to do another one. If you watched BT last night, you saw Black Girls Rock, which was so inspiring. I'm hoping that you haven't seen it. BT loves to run things 1,000 times, so I'm hoping you get to watch it. But I think it's really great to see that Black Girls Rock is a movement and really staying a movement, and I hope it has as many years as any other award show has, such as MTV or even the BET Awards. I'm hoping that it gets the same shine and has the same amount of years put in, just like those shows. But what I really enjoyed last night is four particular women that I want to talk about today. Yara Shahidi from Blackish. Yara Shahidi is of mother's black and her father is from a Muslim country. I'm not sure which one, I don't remember, but she spoke out on being personally offended by the Muslim ban because she has family that's from one of the countries that was named, and in that moment she became a social activist, and she got the award for being a social activist. If you're following Yara, then you know she's going to Harvard, which is really saying something about her intellect as well as her acting skills, because she could have just probably not went to college at all. She already has a career. She's been on Blackish for at least 2-3 years, if not more. So 2 or 3 years, if not more. So she could have kind of just kept going the way she was going, and would have had a great career in being an actor, but she chose to go to Harvard. So Yara going to Harvard is really inspirational, and I know that some people kind of have this stigma that, well, she already has a career, and you already have a career, just get one career, that's enough. And that's the point of what I was saying. So she could have very well just sat down and pursued her acting and didn't need further education, but said something to her upbringing, that she decided to further herself and go to college. And she actually has a spin-off show from her Blackish show, as far as seeing Zoe in college, which is her name on the show. I'm very happy to show my daughter that you secure more than one bag as a black woman. And what I mean by that is that not only do you go to school, but you can have an acting career, and you can get a degree in this and a certificate in that, and you can have all these things to kind of balance you out. I'm very big on kind of pursuing life's goals and dreams, and I have a lot of different certifications. I am currently working on my first degree. Hopefully I will have my degree within the next year or so, but I've been told plenty of times that, well, you already have a good job, and I do, but that is not the point. I want more in life than a good job. I want a career that I love and that makes me happy, and I think that's the difference in going to work versus going somewhere you love. And I think that Black Girls Rock has noticed that Yara deserves an award for her social activism and as well as her personality. She's a bright young woman, and I think we will be happy of how she turns out. So after Yara is Olympian star Sister Muhammad. If you were watching the Olympics last year, you remember that there was a sister who finished the entire Olympics in hijab, and that has never been done anywhere, I think, but definitely not in America. So Sister Muhammad is of African American descent, and she is Muslim, and she has worn her hijab her entire life, and she finished the Olympics in hijab. And I think that this prompted a conversation and let Muslim sisters all over the world know that you can perform in sports and keep your modesty. And I think that is saying something for what she thinks her role in Islam is, as well as her role in America. So I'm very proud of the sister for keeping her hijab on and making America proud by winning the bronze medal for fencing, which is also not a typical hijabi sport, I'll say. And she likes to call herself, she said last night, the hijabi Zorro. So congratulations to Sister Muhammad for bringing home the bronze for America in fencing and letting the world know that being Muslim and a woman doesn't put you in a certain spot, doesn't put you in a bubble, a box, and you are allowed to be yourself, just with modesty. So congratulations to Sister Muhammad. Another woman I want to talk about that was honored last night is Solange Knowles. Last night she just said Solange, she didn't say Knowles, I guess because at this point you kind of know who she is. She won a Grammy last year for her song Cranes in the Sky, as well as a BET Award, and we are so proud of the black girl or woman that Solange is becoming. She does rock, and I'm so happy that Black Girls Rock has asked Solange to come and receive an award. That was beautiful. Her speech of that she's still trying to figure it out, and she's very happy with where she is and hopes to continue to be herself and allowed to be herself. And I think that really is where we are as black women, that we don't want to be put in this box of what you do when you're this complexion or that complexion or this size or that size or this background or that background, that we are just allowed to be women. And I think Black Girls Rock has been doing their best in honoring women who are themselves without stereotypical ideals of what a black woman should be. So congratulations to Solange for showing us the full potential of her in this last album, A Seat at the Table, because this was her seat at the table. So lastly for me, of the awards is Issa Rae. So if you're not watching Insecure, you are missing out, and I think you should definitely watch it. Insecure talks about a lot of different problems that you have as a grown woman in the black community, especially when you are, as Issa calls it, awkward. So, and being an awkward black woman, there's not a lot of lanes for you. And she talks about, her speech is wonderful, by the way. You have to see for yourself to really know how she bring it home. But she talks about being 12 and trying to find her kind of niche. So she talks about trying to see if she was the funniest and see if she was the prettiest or see if she was the coolest, and she was none of the above. She was the awkward one, and she didn't come out the awkward closet until she was out of college and embraced her awkwardness, and she started Insecure based off a journal entries that she has written in her journal. And I think that says something, and it was such a wonderful speech to hear, as myself is an awkward black woman. You kind of don't know where to go with that. I mean, there's so many stereotypes of what it is to be black in America or in the hood in general. There's stereotype for what it is to be light skinned in the community. What is this? It's a stereotype for to be Muslim. It's a stereotype to be pretty. And I am well, not tooting my own horn, I'm all the above, and I fit none of the narratives of what it is to be these things. So when Issa Rae comes on talking about being awkward and having these moments and these thoughts that are like so weird to people, but this is how you think and this is what makes you beautiful, and it really says something to me to watch another awkward black woman embrace her awkwardness and be proud of it, be happy about it. I've always been quote unquote weird, and I've always been happy about it. So happy that she is also embracing that. Me and my daughter watched it last night, and I can tell she felt the same way I felt, because she is another awkward black girl who will be an awkward black woman, because she doesn't fit a stereotype as well. And I have always instilled in my children that you don't need to fit the stereotypes. You don't need to fit the narrative of what is black in America, what is black in Philadelphia, what's black in the hood. You can be whoever you are, and you don't need to have a clique to fit in. You can be whomever you want to be, and you'll find people who you fit in with, but also fit in with you. You don't have to kind of push yourself through the cookie cutter to fit in these groups, and you can be yourself. So Issa Rae talks about kind of finding people who love you for who you are, not who they want you to be or who they perceive to be as right. So I'm so happy to see a black woman that has embraced her awkwardness and is being celebrated for such. If you're not watching Insecure, you're definitely missing out. Once again, it reminds me of Girlfriends with less girlfriends. My name is Just Jazz, and I'm a black girl who rocks.